since I really, since Kamala had her Megan Thee Stallion thing, so I really ain't even said nothing about the Trump rally, right? And the only time I made a couple of recordings was, I mean, I still got them. It was just that's what that's what I'm saying. That's what's weird, because even black people, and no, I'm not dissing my folks, and I ain't even talking about that. I hate that segregation shit, but even they were like they ain't every only time I started a little bit recording when I thought when they started talking real good about shit we really want to hear. And I think everybody on that stage know not to just talk shit that we want to hear and don't do it. See what I'm saying? Everybody, that's what was really gangster. Y'all think gangsters breaking laws and committing crimes, all that shit. No, it's doing what you say you're gonna do and following through. That's all. That's all you got to do. And if you can't do it, just admit it. If you thought you could take it on, we're not gonna think. I'm not gonna. Hey, man, I can't do it. Straight up. That's all you got to do. All right. So now I'm gonna tell another story right quick. While during the downtime, we're waiting, and they're playing music. And the only reason I thought about it because, like I said earlier in the other video, they play Air of the Night, right? Obviously. And he said he had been to Trump rallies before. He asked me, he's like, "Oh, you ever?" I said, "Nah, this is my first one. I thought I was gonna have to travel, go somewhere like Virginia or something, and da da da." And I said, "Nah." And then, like I said, and then he's like, "Yeah, they just announced it." And I explained. Remember, I said it. I explained. I just happened to wake up, and my phone has like a little glitch. Soon as it turned, this one I'm talking on, the big boy I still got, I'm paying on the 4 flip Galaxy, whatever the fuck it is. I know that whatever. I ain't even talking about how they already had a Flip 5 when I bought this, but it's all good. Uh, Or fold. Yeah, this is not a flip. This is a fold. Yeah, fold. This is like, that's Democrat. Democrats. Hey, you don't even know. I don't give a fuck. What part don't you understand? So anyway, I said it has it. Whatever. I don't know if it's a glitch. So I opened and the fucking it would go straight to Google at the page. I'm like, and I hate Google. They own YouTube. Yeah, this shit that I'm actually using right now, and but it's it's coming, and then I kick it, bloop 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 bloop, and rest is history. And remember I made a video that day, and anyway, so me and him are talking, because really it's like, oh, this seat, yeah, taken. He's like, nah, he's with his wife, and so. And he's all, he wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I did not at all feel like he's. It wasn't. I don't even think about race. The only thing that we might have got a little beef about, but what it didn't is that he's older than me, and he didn't think I knew these songs. That has nothing to do with it. He did not feel it. Yeah, he knew it too because he was comfortable. He is like, yo, wait, wait, here come these other songs. I think he played it, and then there's some I didn't know. He did, yeah, Elvis, and obviously, I don't. So yeah, he is schooling me. I used to love this, da 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 da. So yeah, that's how much older than me. But I knew it was when older Elvis's later days. When he be wearing. From what we know, most of us from the '80s, we know Elvis from the '70s. That the comedians, Living Color, all that. That's. And so I said, oh, this must have been the later years in the '70s. This song right here. I ain't even saying that. Yeah, I'm listening. Exactly. I'm listening. And but then other songs would come on. But the reason I'm making this video, I forgot one song comes on and I just bust out laughing. And he looks at me and I said, "You don't know why I'm laughing." I knew he didn't because he's older than me, and he wasn't military. And I already explained to him, that. But either the song didn't have nothing to do with the military. It doesn't. Y'all finna trip out too. It's the Celine Dion. Anybody you don't have to. It was. That's what I'm saying. Is to him it wouldn't have been funny. He was older at the time. Titanic. the title that song, and I couldn't help myself. That song, and he explained that it's Trump's personal Spotify or something like that. It's just his playlist that he plays. He explained. He said it. That's I'm going off what he said. Oh no, all the songs they're playing right now, this is off his playlist. And so that song's gonna come on, and I'm giggling. Like I said, like I used to giggle when in high school. We all did, not just me. When the OGs and we're like 11, 12, I might even been 7. Cause we even would admit it that we're giggling. And this by then, gangster shit is well endowed in us. But we can't, because it's us three or us four. Yeah, we know, but no, it ain't no, they ain't gonna do nothing, like, yeah, because shit, I'm the man today, whatever. But we know we're actually, and really, white boys and college boys, y'all can understand this. The military, sometimes, when we're, if you're part of the crew that's doing good in your class, you get, sometimes you go sit there and giggle. Y'all done clicked up. And I start, and I explained to her, I said, I know you don't know why this is funny to me. I said, this is the song from Titanic. And he said, oh, I thought this song, he told his wife, and he explained to her, this is, yeah, I'm schooling, I'm like, this is, he knew it was Celine Dion or something like that. But I said, this is the one from Titanic. And we all did our generation. If you was like 23 when I think whatever age I was, I wasn't even in the 82nd no more. This one I had reenlisted. I was in after I got hurt and I couldn't jump no more. But anyway, they still talk. The whole thing about Rose letting fucking Leo die. Whatever his character name, but at the end he's freezing. He just dies. Still say you can't help but laugh. She just when she's on the raft. Then they came up with shit like why didn't they switch or something? Every couple of minutes. She just let it, He just, but that wasn't the funniest thing. The funniest thing, my homeboy, the white guy in Virginia, and I ain't. Well, I'll tell y'all right quick. Everybody got at Fort Eustis, us three, Como dudes, we all was the same age. We all had the same amount of time. I don't know if you understand that. Like, he was an ex-Marine, right? He did 4 years, I did 4 years, and the dude in charge did 4 years, right? All of us the same age. And it wasn't for them trying to kill me, I would have been a sergeant, but I would have never left. I'm that man. Even then, I knew, okay, whatever. I healed up, but I couldn't. I started having the seizures. That's when but they don't put you out in the army, but I'm like, I can't jump no more. I probably could have stayed in if they didn't get worse, but you can't jump out no more. So I said, you know what, I'm leaving, and it was time for me to. So that's what I'm saying. All this, I think, gang stalking. So because it's all three of us at Fort Eustis, an ex-Marine who had been to Korea, just South Korea, station, wasn't nothing going on. We all had joined around the same time. At the time, I thought it was just, oh, this is pretty good, kismet or whatever. And the dude in charge, when I met him, I said, you just made your E5. He's like, yeah. And I knew it. Yeah, exactly. Rubbing it in, but I can't be no bitch. All right, because remember I told you our points, everybody's points are mandated by Congress. You can't get it. So certain MOSs though, they always keep your points low, like because infantry, straight up infantry, a grunt. Everybody know what that is. 11 Bravo. You don't have to be nothing about the military. Whatever. Their points was always low. But us, they're like, oh, it's just too many. It's too many. The higher ups, it's too many. The whole military. So the whole time, it just looked like we would never get our E5s. But I knew that's why they were sending me all the training in schools, and because those are points. That's what I'm talking about. The truck driving school, all of that. They were sending me, being groomed. I'm going to be all this and that. Once it breaks. That's all we talking about. And as soon as I got hurt, just like now, you see how everybody mocks me, even Kamala, the Democrats. Who was in charge back then? Clinton. Bill Clinton. The whole time I was in, Bill Clinton, he got elected when I was in like 10th grade, right? I remember when he was on, that's what I'm saying. Remember I told you when they had that video about Arsenio this and that's the way. I'm like, no, we used to watch Arsenio every night, and it wasn't. How do you know it wasn't playing? I'm like, we just grew out of. We stopped listening to the people. Period. Gangster rap and everything. He had Easy on there, but we love Heavy D was up. Heavy D was. I still got Heavy D. Play Heavy D. All that. Salt and Pepper got some hard shit. But not the one everybody loved when they said, yeah, you know what? Because I was disappointed a little bit when they saw Pepper. It's almost like your big sister. They started talking about sex. It wasn't about white society or the censors. It's like damn, because at first they was hard, and then let's talk about sex and I need a lean and all. Like oh man, it's like your big sister talking dirty, and we don't need to hear that. That's what it was with us, with me, and Shoop and all that. They try to, we all love Deadpool, with Ryan. But it's like you don't understand that to us. Well, maybe, but you see, he's an asshole, so maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. He's fucking with everybody, It's like and that's when you really got turned off to Salt and Pepper when they start talking about sex. And at that age, he's like 13, 14, whatever. But Push It, they set us up with Push It. Everybody love Push It. Yo, baby pop, yeah, exactly. But it was still kind of hard, right? But then Shoop and all that. But it's like, well, they want it. Okay, you just lost all your fans. You can do what you want to do. You ain't got to cater to us, but everybody else was catering a little. Remember, I told you, gangster rap. Honestly, was for kids. Y'all might not. That's easy. Bitches galore. The pussy. Da da da. That shit was for kids. It's like this challenge. No, it was real grown man shit. But that's what kids need to hear. Seriously, little boys need to hear that. You don't need to hear this. Why do you think all y'all are failing? All the Democrats are failing right now because they're not telling little boys, talking to them like men. You're a man now. You 11, 10. Don't cry. You're a man now. They need to hear that by the time you 5. Stop crying. Right? That's what I'm saying, y'all. Oh, no, that's why y'all failing. That's why y'all can't beat me. Y'all want to be Megan Thee Stallion. All right, so uh the back to Salim as we're sitting and I start giggling and they're everybody okay for them and most of they're the dude next to me and they're older so they this 90s I said and I told him I said I'm laughing for a reason. He's like what huh. I said this is from Titanic. Then he reaches over. He's like, oh, he explained to her because they had been talking, trying to figure out why they remembered. I said this is from Titanic. I said, and I even explained. I had been in the army. I said, my homeboy, when that movie came out, he had seen it, right? And and honestly, it's weird because I always was. I know everybody was interested in Titanic, but I really was. Here's another this weird. Maybe like I said, this gang stuck in my whole life. I was interested in the whole time before they found it. I remember because I was so young, like third grade, eighth grade. I mean, third grade, 8 years old or whatever. I couldn't figure out why they couldn't find it. At that age, I'm like, they know where it sunk. Why can't don't you just go down? Don't you just go straight down where the coordinates, da da da. Why can't they find it? But I'm a third grader, a second grader. So my whole life, I always was interested. Next thing you know, Lord, no, I'm serious. That's what my whole life. That's why I went to the hospital. That's and by 2001, after I got out, I knew something was. I was like, wait a minute, this all up back in my whole life. I always thought I just was hip to everything. But now I know these motherfuckers been spying on me my whole or something like that. And it's not and it's Jesus one, but these because I never forget. All of a sudden, when I really got, and back then, National Geographic, all that shit, and then they give an article because in the early '80s they were looking for it, right? That's where I get it from. They were always looking, they couldn't find it. It's the '80s, and I'm like, why in the hell can't they find it? Don't they? I didn't understand at that age. I'm like, don't you just go to the coordinate where it sunk? Because they're talking about, they're telling you about the other ships, the Concorde or whatever it was, and they couldn't get there in time and all this. So I knew all this before the movie, right? In the '90s, I forgot about it by the time the movie came out. But when I was a little kid, I was interested. Remember I told you, National Geographic, Popular Mechanics, all types of magazines. And so I'm like, can't they just go straight down? I ain't even, death. I ain't know about that, the death, but it wasn't even just. It's too deep. They just, it's not. It don't go just go straight down. It's like, and it didn't have the technology. But then next thing you know, they find it. I forget about it. It's no big, but I'm like, it's almost like, oh, they stole my idea. But anyway, so now I'm in the military. I've been in like 4 years. I did. Ain't no like I was. I'm realistic because I'm hurt. I broke my all this whatever, in the seizure. And those little Titanic come out. Then I remember I'm like, oh yeah, but old boy seen it first. And he calls. They rented it. They ain't go to the movie theater. Him and his wife. He's like, you got to see it. He's like, yo, what? I said, what? He said, there's what the scene. That's what I told the dude next to me a couple of a week ago at the Trump when they started playing that one. I said, yeah, I'm elbowing them now. Yeah, like, yo, hey, I said, I remember this song. It's so funny. He said, yeah, this. I said, oh, yeah, I forgot her name, but this the Titanic song. And he's like, the scene where the ship was vertical and they started falling. That's why I had to go get it. I had to, white boy. That was his favorite. Doing. I never forget the way he said they started falling, right? And they were trying to hold on. He was an ex-marine, but now he had joined the military. I mean, army. And he's talking about how they fell and hit the smokestacks and doing and was bouncing off. I thought that shit was. He told that he knew I would. He was like, "You got to go see it. I mean, you got to rent it." And I rented it, and that's what I tell the dude. I said, "Oh, this song right here." And so everything had, but all his playlist was, old school. And then he played James Brown. They played Man's World, but he played the one with Pavarotti. That's another one I remembered because he didn't. They didn't. They know the song Man's World. This is a man's world, right? But the one with Pavarotti. I'm like, oh, I know who that. Because also not only that, in the '80s when we was a little kid, the commercial Pavarotti. I was in New York. Yeah, didn't he have an infomercial? So I knew, and then when James Brown did a remix basically of his old song with Pavarotti, but they played the whole thing with the video. I said, oh yeah, Trump was crunk. That's what I'm saying. Y'all stupid. Y'all missing out. You go to, that the Megan Thee Stallion, you missing the Trump rallies. And I'm like, yo, that's the one with, and they showing the video. That's the one with Pavarotti and James Brown, Man's World. I'm like, and I'm telling the dude, I said, James Brown would have been canceled nowadays with a song called Man's World. Yeah, y'all niggas sisters, y'all punks, man. I don't care. You can come over here and walk around and speak that bitches and act like y'all family. You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch just like them. All right, we got your number. I got your number. You trying this weird witchcraft shit, but you fucked up. You only could do. Remember, I kept saying it on my video. Yeah, y'all know what I'm finna. You only could do it once. That's the end of it. You missed your chance. You only could do it once. You're fucked now. I'm not scared or mad. It's just okay. The only thing I'm mad about, I know y'all punk asses ain't gonna do it again. Cause now, I done told you, don't try. You got it. You tried it once. You failed. Now you fucked. You see, you played yourself. You fucked. You're over. Try to, you can try to keep coming up with new shit, but after this one, that last shit you tried 2 days ago, this basically done you come up with. But that's all I had to say. Really, I was talking about Celine Dion. I forgot about that one. Like I said, yo, this is the one from Titanic. But I ain't say it like, yo, like I said, I have uh, the the Air of the Night when that one came off. And all of them get, everybody. I'm like, yeah, this is, but and I said, but you got to remember for the rest of us. And like I said, by middle school, now I'm down in Georgia Roswell, 87, even though Miami Vice was, was a little bit played out, you got to remember all my white homeboys, the white boys, they all was dressing like Crockett, Sonny Crockett, even in Roswell. Now I remember, so, but Air Tonight was the first season, the first episode, but by 86, so, the collar pop with a goddamn, uh, a polo on, a pink polo, a pink long sleeve, the collar pop, all that, the mousse in their hair, and the fucking, the no socks and the pants, and all that, that's all of they Sonny Crockett, you know. So it's like they don't understand, Miami of us, we was kids, so to us that was, everybody loved Crockett and Tubbs, and Crockett cars, the Ferrari Testarossa, and the other one, the B, whatever, all that shit. So he wasn't trying to explain to me like, hey, black guy, by then, by the time it came on, Trump was about to come out. But I'm like, he should have played it. And he's like, I'm like, Then I even explained to him because he even said it again to his wife. He's like, oh, he said it again. He's like, not said it again. He's like, yeah, he's right. I said, nah, man. I said, no, no, no. He's finna. I said, no, it's this not the drum solo right now. I said, no, he's finna. This third verse, he finna remember, nigga. You know, like, and so it's like, yeah, it's like, and then I explained to him, I'm like, nah, you got to remember, we was kids when this shit came out. We all loved that shit. You know, I don't care what race. That's another thing. All the races, yeah, everybody, gangsters, everybody love it. The air of the night. So our generation, especially, or even teenagers, older than us, obviously, everybody, the grown ups, everybody loved that song. But some for us, 10 year who was 10 years, that it, like I said, we would that's why, like I said, that's why we know we had discussions about it in high school. My high school, like 91 was still, you would think it was like, no, that's when he came down from New York. That's why he came. His brother got killed in his face, that Ricardo Tubbs, this and that. So everybody knew the story behind Air of the Night and that, explaining, but maybe somebody older might not. He might have watched Miami Vice, but he don't know it like us because we was kids at the time. But anyway, I'm out of here.